Hello people of YouTube. So yeah, back again for a bit of a pickups video. Feels like it's been forever since I've done one of these last, which has probably been like 2 or 3 weeks. So for me that is forever, so it's nice to have a bit of a break from doing it and have a bit of a chill from actually buying stuff, but for me that's quite hard as you can probably tell behind me. But yeah, just thought I'd mention as well, I've noticed on YouTube the comment section seems to be not working very well. I've noticed that like sometimes I've put a comment on and it's not showed on other people's messages, even though I can see it on my computer and they can't see it on theirs, and vice versa. They've sent me a message and I can't see it, but they've sent me a screenshot to say like, look, this is it. So and as well, I've noticed as well, sometimes it doesn't come up on the comment, the notification. Sometimes it'll be on the video, so you have to go on the video to actually see some of the messages. So yeah, sorry if I've been late replying to anyone, or if I've not messaged you back at all. Yeah, apologies. But if it is anything that is needed for whatever reason, not usually are, but I think most people know how to contact me outside of YouTube. So if you don't, I'm sure you probably know someone who does, and if not, just ask me. But yeah, anyway, enough of that rambling. So this video, this is what everyone's here for, is to talk about the Manchester gaming market that I went to about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, went over there, didn't want to spend much money, but obviously me being me, when things like this, I can't sleep or anything like that. I get a bit excited for it all. So I got up at like something stupid like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to get there for after the early bird. I didn't want to get there early to tempt myself into spending. So I decided to go to the Carboot first before I went there. So I went to the Carboot. It was a really bad day, so there wasn't much. I picked up a nice PlayStation game that I sent over to Nath Retro 1. So I'll put a link down in the description. I think he's just done a pickup video on that one, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it anyway. But yeah, there wasn't much else, and everything I did get I pretty much took to CX and traded for other things that's over there. So I went home because, as I say, the weather wasn't that great. Well, it was threatening rain. So I got home, and then I got a text message from my reseller guy that usually comes in with like some really unique stuff that you don't normally see at a car boot or a market or anything really. And so since I've not seen him for a couple of months, I shot back as soon as I could to see if I can get there before the rain. And as I was driving over, it's about 20 miles away to that car boot, and it was started absolutely chucking it down. I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to miss him. After all this time not seeing him, I'm going to miss him. And there's a couple of nice things that I wanted, well, that I saw last time that I didn't pick up and I was hoping to maybe get. But we got there and the rain actually just subsided, and he had everything under covers, so that was pretty good. But yeah, so I got a couple of nice things. First up, I got a bit of a bundle. Like I say, there was something that I saw, and I mentioned it to someone over at Revival. This is how long ago it was since I last saw that the reseller guy, and I showed him a picture of like some games, and there were Neo Geo CD games, and this is one of them. And basically, the guy was selling them for 10 quid each. So I went to him and I was like, how much will you sell your games for? Will you be able to do a bundle, because you were selling for a tenner last time, weren't you? He was like, oh, things have changed, prices have gone up. And this is the thing with him, sometimes he'll take my word at face value sometimes, and then sometimes he goes on eBay. And so he went on eBay, and basically he did half price of this and another game, so he wanted more for the other ones, and that's why I didn't pick up any of the others. So the other game I've got, is going to be going over to another YouTuber that, as I say, he was looking for that game in particular. So we got a good deal for it, to be honest. It was a lot of money. This was only cheap. I think I only got this for like a tenner, 10-15 quid I think it was. But the other one, that was the one that was the highest value one. He was a bit shocked when he saw it, especially because I nearly picked it up for a tenner from him. But yeah, and the other thing I got for myself as well, as I say, like it was a bit of a bad day, so sometimes when you're trying to get a bit of a relationship with a reseller guy, because I know he's got a lockup and everything like that, so he's got some really nice things. I know, like in storage, and I'm just wanting to go over there so I can get some good deals. So to help him out, I was like, well, I'll buy something else as well to get him something, get him some money. So that other thing was the Virtual Gun for the Sega Saturn. Pretty pleased to have this. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it because I've not got space for all this, but like it is in really good condition. Inside is like is really good as well. It's got all the liners and everything like that. It's got the bag ears, and it's a black gun as opposed to our blue gun. The only problem is, because obviously I think he's had this for a long time and he's pulled it in and out a lot of times and no one's bought it. It's got a bit of like speckling on here, so it's like a lot of shelf wear sort of thing from coming in and out of his car. But I mean, to be honest, I'll probably have it like that because I've not got the space to really display it. But as I say, it's not too bad. And it also came with House of the Dead for the Sega Saturn, and this is actually sealed. So that's a really cool thing to have. I think, what was it? I think I paid 40 quid for both of them. So not too bad. I mean, it wasn't the best of deals, but as I said, I tried to help him out, and I think that's why he wasn't trying to get rid of things at like bargain prices. I think he was trying to get a bit of money to recoup the day, because obviously it costs a bit of money to get to these markets and everything. But yes, anyway, so went there and I went back home again because I still had a bit of time to go to the Manchester market. So yeah, I went over there to meet my friend from Retro Collect. He was actually going to go start selling that day. I was going to help him out. But I think, because he only decided to do it about 2 or 3 months before, I think he realised about how big an undertaking that was, and having to price up everything. I think he had about 1,000 games that he's got to like price up. A lot of cheapy games that you could probably put in a bit of a bargain bin, and then a lot of like high-end stuff as well. So I think, yeah, maybe he might go to the Donley market, but he's also thinking about maybe selling it like as a bulk lot. So yeah, so we met him, started walking around, and lo and behold, who do we bloody run into? It's bloody Craig's here again. I mean, no wonder his name's Craig's here again. I was speaking to him like a couple of months before, and he was on an hour about going to the Manchester Gaming Market, and I thought he was not going to go in the end. So it was a nice surprise to go see her. Like we was just chatting for hours, just about like, because we're from similar areas, and we've got a few similar interests as well outside of gaming. So we was chatting away, and I went to Manchester Gaming Market with 30 quid in my pocket, and that's what I wanted to spend. I thought maybe if there was one thing that really caught my eye, I would probably get it, and that would be it. And I got a big pile here, and it's all from Flippin Craig. So yeah, massively pleased about all this. So yeah, with my 30 quid, I got myself Carwash Tycoon. This isn't in the order I picked up because it was pretty funny. I basically picked up one thing, then he went into 2 things, and it went into 3 things, and like as the day progressed, it was just like, put it in my pile, put it in my pile. Yeah, it's dangerous seeing Craig. I'm hoping you're going to be at Blackpool without all your stock, so we can actually have a proper chat and not spend all my money. But yeah, so Carwash Tycoon. So yeah, really terrible game and everything like that. It's by Phoenix, and that's the reason why I've got it, because as well as 505, I wouldn't mind getting a full Phoenix set, although I think that is pretty much unattainable for me. There's a lot of high-end games, high-priced games that only come up a handful of times that are terrible. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but along the way I'll pick up some of the cheapy sort of ones. So I've got that, and it's a nice English version as well. So that's a nice one to get. And another subset item, that is Power Serve on the PlayStation 1. So the subset for me is the double disc one. Now when I got this off Craig, it was in a poor condition. Just at the front, it was just like, I had stickers, I think a bit of cracks and everything like that. But at the car boot, I picked up quite a few of these double case CDs from the seller. So all the inserts were not too bad condition really. Everything else was quite nice. It was just literally the front that was, yeah, just obviously been to a few markets and no one's really wanted to buy it, because who the hell wants to get power serve other than weirdos like me? So yeah, I think that was my 30 quid gone like that. Was it? No, this probably this as well. And this is one of the first things I saw, and I was like, nice one. I saw this on Japanese Alan's stall actually, and I was going to pick it up then, and I'm glad I didn't, because Craig had it for about half the price and he did a bit of a discount for me. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought I locked him away because he's a bit of a noisy one, that one. He always tries to get in. But yeah, so anyway, what I was saying is I picked up this to say, it was a bit, I'm glad I didn't get it from Japanese Alan, because his stall was quite, it was okay. It was a reasonable price on eBay and everything like that. It would have been cheaper to get it from him. I went to Craig, and it was about half the price. And I told him, he was like, "Oh, I've marked it up wrong," but he still gave me a really good deal on it, on top of the price. So I was really pleased with this. As I say, this is one I was actually hoping to have come across. I've been looking for it for quite some time. It's a bit of an isometric platforming game, so a bit of an interesting one to have. I love the CD design on there. It's really colourful. But yeah, as I say, it's not all about shooters, but I think this has got a bit of a shooter level, just a little bit of one. It does look a bit like he's from not the Twinbee series or something. So yeah, I just love all these Japanese like quirky looking things. So really pleased to get that. And again, Craig's stall. It's I mean, if you watch people's videos, you always think that Craig's just got like Japanese stuff and stuff like that, but his stall is absolutely amazing. It is the best stall that ever goes to these markets, because it's got something for everyone. It's got 8-bit micros, he's got Amiga games, which I'm going to show now. He's got all the Japanese stuff, he's got American stuff, he's got figures, he's got English stuff from every flipping console going. I don't know how he fits it all on his stall, but he does a fantastic job. But yes, so I picked up an Amiga game, and this is actually again another one I was looking for. So he sold this as untested, so he knocked off quite a big chunk of change off this one, just because he doesn't know if it's going to work or not. Which for me, that's fine. I've not even got an Amiga, I just have it for the box art, and eventually I'll probably, if it doesn't work, I'll just get some copies or something. But yeah, it's got everything inside, which is cool. And this is one that I've been wanting to get. This is a cool little platforming game that I used to play back in the day, obviously. I think this is one of the later ones to have got as well. So I think probably one of the last ones that I've actually played. Probably why I can remember it a little bit more than other games. But yeah, cool platformer to get. And next up we've got, let's bring these over here. This is what I actually saw on his store last time, and I was hoping he was going to bring it. But I know he's selling a lot of stuff, not just at the markets but other places. So I was kind of like, oh, is he going to have it or not? But fortunately he did, and it was McKees Magical Adventure 3. Now we have the first two over here in England and America and everything like that, but the third one never came out over in America. The third one only came out in Japan. And I believe this is actually the best one. I actually run through the first one just recently, and it was pretty good actually. It was a series of games that I really wanted. I always remember seeing them in like Super Play, and like thinking, because obviously I was a kid at the time, and I was thinking, oh, I love the Mickey Mouse thing. I can remember drawing Mickey Mouse on a special like Disney like how to draw set. I'm sure we all had them when we was younger, and I can remember thinking, I think he was a fireman, something to do with Robin Hood or something like that, and other things, because he used to change like outfits. And this one obviously he must be a knight at one point. But yeah, cool series to get. And this one, I think because this didn't come out over in England and everything like in America, it's a bit more sought after, because you've got all three regions looking for this game, because it's the only way to play it, other than obviously EverDrive and everything like that. So yeah, really pleased that that was there. And one I actually didn't spend money on, and that is Point Blank. So it's the big box version of Point Blank. I've been wanting to get. I keep saying I'm not getting a room, which I don't have, and I shouldn't be getting big box things. But I do want to get all these gun games. I think they'll look great also on sideways anyway. So, like I think all three of these got a big box, but obviously this one's the easiest one to get. I've got the Time Crisis one, which obviously is even easier. And then I think there's Time Crisis Titan Wars, is it? Which is a blue version. And you've got Ghoul Panic, and I think that is all of them. So now basically I've got, what, we've got 4 to get. 2 down, 4 to go. And if there's any more, please don't tell me. But yeah, just tell me just below. I just don't want to be wanting to spend too much money. But yeah, Craig was just saying buy all these big things because he wanted to have space so he can actually get home comfortably, because I think he absolutely rams up his van on his way home. So so it's like trying to sell me everything, which is cool. But yeah, we was talking about actually playing games, and I mentioned that me and Dylan have actually been getting getting some playtime with the PlayStation Classics. We've downloaded a patch which is called Auto Bleem, and you basically stick it in on the memory card and it just sets everything up straight away for you, and you're away playing games. So it's really cool, nice and easy, and I'm quite surprised with the PlayStation Classic how much I'm actually using it. Got a CarBoot once and I thought it'd just be for display, but I'm actually using it every so often, not all the time, but it's great for shooters that I'm never going to be able to afford. So yeah, so I was talking to Craig about that, and he was like, oh, would you think you can set one up for me? So did a bit of a trade. So I say I've not spent anything. I bought 2 memory cards for him. I'm going to do one for his shooters and one for fighters, and then I'm going to, hopefully if he's at Blackpool, I'm going to give it to him then. If not, obviously I'll post it to you. But yeah, they're all ready, set up and everything like that, and we did a bit, as I say, did a bit of a trade for this. So I'm really happy with this. This is again another thing that I really wanted to have, so absolutely buzzing. Now the things that I really definitely shouldn't have bought because they're quite expensive, and I said to Craig, would you mind putting these to the side and I'll buy them off you at like Blackpool or at the next Donny Market, which supposedly has been cancelled now. It's not at the end of the year. So he says, well, why don't you take him now and pay me back then? And I was like, oh my word, hate that. But yeah, I say that, but I'm really thankful. You've done me a great deal and a good service. And I think the thing with Craig is, and I think the reason why he does this is because he's just got like in these the famous banana boxes. He would rather have them in people's hands actually being played, and that's what they will be. And I think that's why he does these special things for certain people that he knows that are going to really cherish him and not sell them on and stuff like that. So, and these will be in my collection forever now. So yeah, first up, this one's a good one, but it's not as good as the last one. And I got the first one in the series on my last pickups video, and that is Galactic Attack, but over in Japan it's called Layer Section, and this is Layer Section 2, and I've had so much fun with that first one. And I can remember on that video I said I'm a bit two minds about the English one because I love the box on it, but I just knew if I picked up the second one they would look very odd together, and it'll probably force me into wanting to get Layer Section 1 just to go with it. But yeah, I've got it anyway because I really wanted to play it. As I say, I really enjoyed it. The only problem is it's got a bit of a dodgy case on the outside, but the price that he did me it for was really good, so I cannot grumble. And they are just simple CD cases, so I can just replace this really easy. The spindles aren't there, but there's no scratches on the disc or anything like that. I think there's only one little one, and it's got the spine card as well, so brilliant. As I say, a really good shooter, and it's not, I say expensive, it's compared to the rest of the Japanese Saturn games, it's not expensive. Probably about, I think it's about 40 quid game or something, 40, 50 quid. So yeah, it's expensive, but not too expensive. It's in fair range for a lot of people, and it's definitely worth it. I mean, I've not actually played this one yet because I'm still playing the first one a bit more. But yeah, so the piece de la resistance, the one that I'm really happy to get, and this is one that I said straight away, oh, would you mind putting it to the side? And that is the mighty Dungeons and Dragons collection, and I'm trying to get the glare away from there. And yeah, so if anyone knows what this is 2 arcade classics put onto disc, onto the Sega Saturn. Shadows of Mysteria and Tower of Doom, is it? Tower of Doom, Shadows of Mysteria. Yeah, it's all in Japanese except for 2 things. Craig, you've broken the rule. It says no resale. So yeah, you naughty there. And fortunately, I'm not going to copy. I can't copy it. It says no copy. So those are the only English things on the back of here. 4 megabytes. So I need to use the 4 megabyte card function on my Sega Saturn. But yeah, what I was going to do with these as well, because I didn't want to spend. I don't want to get too ahead of myself and like keep spending money. What I was going to do is these 2. I was just going to hide away under a bed and forget about them. This was going to be my Manchester pickups and everything like that. And then when I've actually paid Craig off, I was going to bring them out, and then it sort of makes me think that I've got them just then. But in the back of my head, I wanted to play these games and I couldn't have them hidden away for too long. So so I needed to get them out, and if I've got them out, I might as well show them off because I'll just forget. And I think these two games are too good to forget about, and they're great to see. I mean, as I say, this game is a bit like sort of like Golden Axe, but it's got a lot of like sort of RPG sort of elements to it. So it's got like shops, and then when I say RPG elements, it's not like you're not like grinding or anything like that so much. It's more to do with like you level up your character and stuff like that, or you can buy better weapons at the shop and stuff like that. And you've got progression paths. It's not linear. You can go like different ways, and it's such an amazing game for the arcade at the time. I mean, it's a great way to spend more money because if you completed it at one time, you've got a reason to go back to go different paths and everything like that. So cool idea. Or as well, if you can't get very far, instead of going like dying at the same place, you can die at a different place instead. Because it is pretty hard if I remember correctly, because I've played it on the main cabinet. So yes, thank you very much, Craig. Well, I am in debt, but like I'm very thankful, and as I say, I've got used to them memory cards for Blackpool. And talking about Blackpool, I will be there in, I think it's only like 2 weeks time, 2 or 3 weeks time. It's going to be Blackpool, so we're going over there on the Friday night. I'm going over with Dylan. We're going to have a few drinks. I think he's not going to be there on the Saturday, so I'm going to be there Saturday all day. And I think a few other people are going to be there the whole weekend. So I don't know how you guys are going to handle all that. But yeah, so if anyone's going that I've not spoke to, just let me know and tell me that you're going. We'll go meet up. And if you're on the fence about it, it's probably worth going. And I'll buy you a drink if you go there. If you're on the fence, I'll buy you a drink and we'll say hi. So yeah, thanks for watching me, and thanks for getting this far. It's a bit of a shorter video. I'm going to be doing more bite-sized sort of chunks like this, hopefully, rather than doing like these 45-minute long epics that I've been doing recently. So yeah, thanks for watching.